All right, now we should be back, everybody. So, welcome. I would say we don't always have technical issues at the start, but it's up there. It's up there. Anyway, I am Ree. I am your storyteller, dungeon master, game master for this wonderful game. And I'm going to go ahead and let these wonderful people tell you who they are and who they're playing. Then we'll go ahead and jump right into our story to see just how our cast is able to take care of themselves. So, we will start here with Glyza.
Hey everyone, my name is Glyza, and tonight I will be playing Dewdrop the Genasi from Minnesota, representing Minnesota. I know exactly where that is, just south of Canada. Anyway, that's me. Hey,
True, you right. Sir Monolith, your turn.
Yeah, I'm Sir Monolith. I go by @Sir Monolith on wherever you can find me, probably on Twitter or Blue Sky or one of those places that I'm inactive at. Mostly just find me here tonight as Axel, but on other days as other things. Trying to find fun and creative ways to challenge Reese so he doesn't get bored running our games.
That is something I never am with you all. I'm never bored. Next up, Kira, your turn.
Hi, I'm Kira858, and I'm playing Aspen. That's me.
Short and sweet. Next up, Small Shadow Stack.
Hi, I am Ari. I will be playing Layla tonight and aim to be an absolute pain in Ree's backside.
Ooh.
All right,
Big
next
words.
up. Next up, last but not least, Earthringer.
What's up, y'all? I'm Ringer. Y'all know where I stay at on the YouTubes and the Twitches. But I'm here playing Reagan Perro, Resident Paladin, with a dubious multi-classing. But we'll see how this evening goes.
It is certainly an interesting multi-class combination. But with that being said, we are going to return to the world of Erethar as our cast has returned to the Adventurers Guild, a place they have not been to in quite a while. As you all have taken the time to request aid in your mission, you will have been given an hour timer before you will be able to set out. So you all may use that time however you feel. So I ask the five of you, what would you like to do?
I do have something.
Yes.
Reagan will, he most likely turn to Dewdrop. Dewdrop. Dewdrop.
what?
Did you do me a favor?
Anything within reason.
Some time ago, I placed an
Uh-huh.
order with a blacksmith to forge a sword for me.
All right.
But due to my circumstances with the city, I was never able to pick it up.
Sure.
Would you be willing to pick it up for me? I have
Absolutely.
the money here.
How much was it?
I think it was already paid for. Because,
Do you
I paid him with
remember
the
if it was paid
material.
for?
Yeah, I paid him with the material. So,
Got it.
but Reagan wouldn't be like, no. Reagan would be like, I have money here. Because it has been a while. And a lot has happened, and he's operating off of average intelligence.
Sure. If you remember how much it costs, I'll just bring it over and I'll give it back. Give you back the change. Dewdrop doesn't know.
Reagan will just hand Dewdrop the money. He trusts Dewdrop with
Do
money.
you know what
You know
name you
this.
left it under?
My own.
Got it. And the location? It's your favorite shop, the one that you go to, correct?
hmm hmm
All right. Well, do you want me to go pick it up now?
I believe so, yes, since time is of the essence.
Perfect. No problem. I'm gonna go back to my house to pick something up anyway. So, like my old house, the one that we left behind here that I haven't seen for a while. since we've been living on an island in the middle of nowhere. Not nowhere. But I'll be going over there. And I stand up and I'm like,
Do you want to take
anything,
Nyquin
anybody?
with you?
Who?
Points to his owl on his shoulder.
Oh, of course. I love your owl. I'm like, come here.
Yeah, Nyquin would just go over.
All right, well, I'm gonna go and head over there to his favorite sword shop.
All right. So, as Reagan and Dewdrop conspire to pick up long lost merchandise, what about the other three? What are you all doing today?
Well, I think Aspen is just going to be staying put, just because he knows that the group is semi-wanted. It's been a while, but there may be don't want to walk across and see like a wanted side or anything like that with their faces on it. So they're just going to stay in, maybe do some sorcery points to get some stuff back. Since I had to use that teleportation spell to get us there. But yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Layla and Axel.
I think Layla's gonna nip down to one of the stores just to see if there's anything we're missing. Maybe grab some health potions and stuff, just in case.
All right. So you are searching for potions, Axel.
Well, probably gonna get himself several normal bows, so that he can practice with those and brush up as he's been spending as the idea of some legendary weapon, like bow or whatever, is really enticing. But he hasn't been using one for a while, so he's like, well, we got to brush up for when I get it. I don't want to pick it up and be fumbling around with it.
Okay. I will say, if you're just looking for regular bows, those can be obtained without issue. I would say you could buy one for, let's say, 5 copper.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be
Very
anything
difficult.
too fancy just because I don't know exactly what the bow is anyway, so it'd probably be more just like getting a general feel for it again instead of being like, I know exactly the specific one that I need to play with.
All right. So, who do we start with first? I think because it'll be the most fun, we're going to go with Dewdrop. Dewdrop, as you travel through the streets, are you doing anything to hide your appearance? Beautiful. Can I have you roll?
Sorry, no.
Can I have you roll me a D100, please?
Sure. I'm not wanted. It was Regan who's wanted. That is 15.
15 or 50?
15.
Cool. All right. So, your journey through the rings of the city is pretty uneventful. You see that it is a rather busy day as merchants and travelers are making their way through the streets. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 19.
Okay. So, as you are cutting through the merchant circle, on the way to the blacksmith Reagan mentioned, you catch out of the corner of your eye, there's a group of people who seem to be having a conversation with each other, and you could swear they point at you and then say something to each other, then look at you and say something else to each other. Do you want to do anything?
Nope. Just go into the store.
All right. You make your way inside, and you find a older man manning the counter. He looks to be maybe half human, maybe half dwarvish. You aren't sure. He does have kind of a long black beard and a number of tattoos on one arm, and he is missing his right arm. And as he looks at you, he, excuse me, welcome. Is there anything that we can do for you?
I'm here to pick up an order. It was a long time ago. Falls under Regan Peril.
Regan Peril, yes. Do you know when the order was placed?
When was the order placed? Was it like a year ago when we left? How long have we been away?
You said we were there for a year.
Yes,
Yeah, it's over a
it
year.
has been probably a year and 2 or so weeks, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At least a year ago. It has been a long time.
All right. Give me a moment. And
Thank you.
he steps back into a back room. Do you do anything while he's gone?
No. You know how some people just sort of like stand around and like rock back and forth on their heels and just sort of like back and forth and looking around? That's all I do.
Okay. As you are waiting, you notice that there is not quite a crowd forming, but you do notice there are a few people that have kind of stopped and are looking through the windows. You aren't sure if they're looking at you specifically. As you can see, there are several bladed weapons hanging up in these windows, some swords, some axes, and then a very nice looking mace. But you notice that there's a couple of people while you're waiting. It takes nearly 10 minutes for the man to return, and in his hand he is holding what looks to be like a long sword with a very ornate black leather scabbard. The scabbard has this kind of golden filigree going along the side, and in the image of what looks to be what is Dewdrop? What is your religion score? Your religion rating?
My religion rating. It's a +0.
Wonderful. So you see, it looks to be like a small golden sun on the scabbard.
Perfect.
I believe this is it.
Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad you still have it. He wasn't sure whether it was paid for or whether, do you know if I owe you anything at all?
No, it looks like it was paid for in advance. It seems that it was also reserved a few months ago as well, so everything's in order.
Reserved? What do you mean?
Well, if someone does not come to claim paid for merchandise after usually 6 months, it is made available for sale, but it appears someone restarted that timer not too long ago.
Well, I'm just gonna take it because I'm picking it up for him, correct?
I'm assuming you have his permission. I would need for you to sign something.
Oh, absolutely.
And he hands you over what looks to be like a small, maybe 5x5 brown card. Just sign your name and who you're picking it up for.
I sign Regan's name, but so badly that it's really hard. Like, you can assume it's it's Regan's name because it's like R and P, but you can make the case that it might not be it as well.
So are you intentionally writing the name?
Yeah, I don't know
poorly?
what this person wants with Regan's name. Could be a weird contract. So I'm just writing R and P, but like you can assume it might be, but it's not actually Regan Perro's name. And I do the same thing with Dewdrop, where it's just a D, and then Eardrop is weirdly, just be like, and then if he asks anything, I'm like, are you making fun of my handwriting? Like the fuck?
Roll me a sleight of hand check. I think this is a sleight of hand.
Sure. All right. That is 19 plus 2,
Okay.
21.
All right. As you finish signing both names, he looks at the card, looks at you, and goes, "All right. I hope your friend enjoys their blade. I'm told it came out very well."
Cool. Thank you. And then I go outside, and while outside, I'm going to let me just see if there's something
Rip it down.
that I can use to check if it seems suspicious in any way.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
You all standing outside the shop and pondering the nature of suspicion.
Just sort of looking at it because I don't have a spell. I was looking for a spell that might be like reveal good and evil or some shit, and I do not have that. So I'm just sort of like
Okay.
testing, holding it with water, like shape, like create water, so I don't have to physically touch it. You
Okay.
know.
So
yeah.
are you taking the blade out of the scabbard?
No, it's not my sword.
Okay. So you soak it in water and are holding it kind of suspended in the air, and it
Yep.
seems fine. The leather, what looks like leather, seems to be holding up pretty well to the water. It seems to be pretty well made from what you can see.
And it's just floating, and I'm just gonna walk towards my old house.
Okay. So as you are making your way out of the mercantile district and into the residential, is there anything you are looking to do on this journey, or are you just walking straight home?
I'm walking straight home just to see if the place is still up kept, like how it looks like after a year. I'm pretty sure I locked the door, but again, I took a lot of stuff with me when we left. But like this was my house. I wasn't renting this house. This was my house. So I just wanted to check if it was still there, what it looked like, or anything like that. I wouldn't be too heartbroken, but I still want to see if it's still there.
Understood. The journey itself isn't too long. And when you arrive, you find the house is still standing just fine. Though you can see the grass and kind of the plants have grown a bit unevenly. You get the feeling that there has not been very many people by to look over it and take care of it since you've been gone. From what you can see from outside, the doors and windows are fine. You don't see any signs of forced entry or anything like that.
Perfect. I'm gonna thorn whip and just sort of like clear the grass, make it look pretty, and then throw because I can create water. Uh, and
I've noticed.
I'm just gonna throw water at it so that it looks like it's been rained on and clean, and then I'm gonna go back to where
Okay.
everybody else is.
So you want to use a vine to cut the grass, then you
Yep.
want to use create water to create
Yeah.
rain. Are you getting rid of the water that's around the sword?
No, I'm creating new water.
Okay. I
Just
wouldn't
make
need
it.
to
It's just.
check
I'm just
for a little
basically
bit.
washing my house.
Okay. You know what? I will say do drops of a level. I will say she has experience dealing with nature. And I will say it is not too terribly difficult for you to kind of get those three spells running simultaneously. Um, okay. I will say you're able to take care of it. Your grass is cut. It's not the most even cut ever. Vines are not typically used for cutting grass, but it'll do.
Huh?
And your lawn
Yeah,
looks
I'm
well.
standing at it satisfied with my hands on my waist, and I'm like, it's good. It's still here. And then I pat like my little mailbox, and I'm gonna go. All right, well, I'll see you again in another year. And then I walk back with the sword just sort of like floating behind me.
Okay. You're all right. I would say you were able to do so without much issue. And as you begin walking back to join your friends, Layla, you said you were looking for a place to purchase, um, not beverages, potions. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are you doing anything to hide your appearance?
As she's heading to like towards the door of the Adventurers Guild, she's gonna grab her like the front of her shirt and shake it and whisper something under her breath and to activate her shift weave and change her outfit to something a little bit more rogue-esque because Layla herself is usually very flashy, but she's putting something a little bit more down to earth on, just kind of flipping the hood of the new outfit over her head.
Okay, little earthy tones. I will say, if your goal is to properly disguise yourself, I'm gonna roll me a d20, and then you can either add your dexterity for a sleight of hand, or a deception check. We'll say to see how well you're disguising yourself at the moment.
Well, I mean, they're pretty close in stature. I'm going
really?
deception.
Oh, okay, I thought.
I need to do math. One moment. So 17 plus deception, 32.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you are practically a whole new person. And as you are walking through the city, what is your passive perception?
27.
Okay. As you are making your way further and further in, you begin to notice that there are more people about than you remember, both in terms of mercantile and citizens, but you begin to notice that the guard presence is more than you recall. As you are kind of moving about, you begin to catch a few more people in the gold and white robes of the Church of Ados as well. You aren't sure where they're going. You don't seem to be centered around any individual place, but you definitely pick up more people than you would expect.
Making a note as she's sliding into the store.
Okay. And as you make your way inside, I will say you have gone to glitter scale this time. As you see, there is a young woman manning the counter. One of her eyes is a milky white color, and then her hair is this kind of darker blonde that goes down to her shoulders, and she's wearing kind of darker browns and gray colored top and pants. And she looks up at you. Hello, is there anything I can do for you today?
Well, I am looking for to get some potions.
Oh, well, we do have a few of those in stock. Is there anything specific you're looking for?
Healing mostly. But what do you have anything fun as well?
Well, healing potions are in a bit of very rare to purchase at the moment, I'm afraid. They've been between the Adventurers Guild and the church. There have been quite a few people requesting those. It's hard to get them off the ship. I have gained a few more interesting ones, I suppose. We have a potion of invisibility in stock. A potion of effulgence, if you're looking for something a bit more showy. I do have a copy of a potion of warg form that I purchased from a trader a while back that does not seem to be selling as well as I would have liked. So are you looking to purchase for something specific? Is it a gift?
Me and my friends are about to head back out on the road. The potion of invisibility does sound nice. But you're clean out of health potions?
Yes, unfortunately. Perhaps if you give me a few days, I might be able to scrounge up one or two.
Well, sadly, we're actually leaving today. Like the Adventurers Guild, I get. Why does the Church of Autos need that? Don't Can't they heal themselves?
Oh, their priests should be able to. But they've been very busy over the last few days.
Oh, I, I hope nothing's gonna befall the city.
That I don't know. People are very concerned. Even the paladin commander was in town a few days ago, so it seems to be something of importance. Hopefully, it's just some sort of church business, but it's, well, people are busy.
Well, I only hope for good things, so we'll hope that they're doing something fun and good that'll benefit the city. Maybe it'll be a festival or something everybody can enjoy. But I'll certainly take that invisibility potion.
Of course. I can sell it to you for 150 gold.
Oh, that is perfect.
Wonderful. And as you get your gold out, she hands you a bottle that's about the size of your palm, kind of bronze along the side, and then glass going up the body. And then the liquid inside is a dark emerald color.
Well, thank you. Well, since I'm here, besides potions, do you have anything else that's kind of fun and unusual?
Well, outside of potions, I do have a few interesting things.
Ooh, what do you have?
I've gained a rare set of armor, studded leather specifically from a trader from one of the wilder lands. I've gained some gloves that I'm told pugilist types like to use. Oh, and some crossbows as well. Is there anything specific that you'd be interested in?
Just wondering, what do each one of those items do? Is the armor special of any sort, or just regular studded leather?
Well, this is hardly regular. Um, the leather is much more durable, much more powerful than ordinary leather, but it also has the ability to emit an aroma that is quite intoxicating. It makes it easier. It makes people more excitable, more pliable. Uh, just, I'm told that it does allow the casting of certain spells, though I've never been one for into the arcane, so I can't speak too much for that.
Hmm. So how much would each one of those items be going for?
Oh boy, the armor. Oh, that would probably cost. I don't think I could let it go for less than 1,000 gold pieces. Um, the various bows would sell for around 1,100 to 1,200, depending on which one. The pugilist items, there aren't too many of those people in nearby, so I may be able to get rid of them for around 600 or 700 gold.
Hmm. Well, hmm. What type of bows do you have? You just said you just had bows?
Yes. I have a bow of quicksilver, for one. Very, very effective at the dealing with the were creatures. I also have, and you see she begins to go through a small binder, and she says, "Oh, I do not recall. The other one is called, but if I recall correctly, it is a crossbow to be more specific. Where is it? I've lost it in my notes. Yes, here it is. It's a light crossbow that allows you to see through materials. When you look through the attachments on it, that you walk through, see through stone and other non-magical materials. And I believe it will allow you to teleport a short distance.
Well, I'll definitely take the bow and the crossbow, because that sounds pretty interesting and fun.
Wonderful. Of course, I can have those
What
for you.
what does the bow of Quicksilver fully do? Does it just make you draw quicker, or?
Well, outside of the violence to the shapeshifters, it also deals radiant damage. It is more accurate than. Oh yes, it does not require normal ammo. It can fire radiant beams of light or regular physical arrows.
Well, I'll definitely take both of those.
Well, of course, if there is anything else that you may be interested in.
No, that'll be it.
Of course, all right. And you do see she steps over to a wall, and as she approaches it, you can see almost like the air shimmers, and then another weapon rack is revealed. And as she reaches, she pulls down what looks to be like a long bow that is a glittering and glimmering silver color, and then a crossbow that is kind of darker and almost almost wooden in its appearance. And she places it on the counter. I can have these wrapped for you if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Of course. And as you see, she reaches down and she grabs some kind of thick binding paper, and she begins to wrap it around both the items. If you would like, I can also supply some arrows and bolts. It wouldn't be particularly magical, but they would be available.
Oh, I would appreciate that a lot.
And she also reaches over and pulls out a quiver of arrows and a quiver of bolts. If there's anything else you or anyone you know needs, please feel free to send them back.
I certainly will. What's my total?
Oh, together, I will say you're buying them both together. We'll do it an even 1,000 gold for the two.
That sounds like a good deal. And she'll fish out her electrum pieces and hand over the appropriate amount. Or her platinum pieces and hand over the appropriate amount.
You're paying an electrum, everything costs more now.
Platinum. I looked at the wrong one, Ree.
Thank you very much. If there's anything else, please do not hesitate to ask.
I will. Well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
You as well.
And she will scoot her little butt all the way back.
Okay.
Listening
Alright.
to see if there is anything she can pick up on the way back to figure out why all these Autos people are in town.
Roll me a perception check. See if you pick up anything interesting while you're walking.
28.
Okay. As you are returning to the guild, you walk past a group of 3 paladins of Autos. And as you're walking by, you catch just the end of their conversation. Where one, a half-orc with a mace on his hip. I'm telling you, I heard the paladin commander will be back here by the end of the day. Apparently, we are supposed to help him search for something. Apparently, Aldos has grown more aware. And then the other one turns and goes, I've heard from the archivist that a tuning fork is what he's after. Maybe for... do you attempt to listen into more of their conversation?
She'll kind of stop if there's like a shop nearby. She'll kind of, because she's got her packages in her hand, so she'll kind of be like looking at the shop front to see if like there's anything interesting in it.
Okay. Are you looking at the shop, or are you trying to make it look like you're looking at the shop?
She's trying to make it look like she's looking at the shop.
That's what I
Kind of like
thought.
trying to decide. She's got
roll
her
me a
packages
deception
angled in
check.
her arms. Oh, well, that's
Roll me a deception check. Or
25.
stealth. Either one. Either what? The stealth or deception.
Deception's better by 1.
Okay. As you kind of settle in and begin to review what looks to be like a flower shop, you hear him, the smaller man, continue. Apparently, there's a tuning fork for Mount Celestia. The oracles have said that it is imperative that we get it before something happens. Well, I don't know much about what you spellcasters are capable of. All I know is it means a lot of double shifts for the next week. And then the two continue kind of back and forth, but you don't gain any new information.
She'll go into the flower shop and just get like a bouquet of flowers. Whatever they have available.
Okay. You were able to get a bouquet of very beautiful looking lotuses that are kind of arranged by color that almost resemble a small clock. It'll cost you about 2 silver.
She'll pay it.
Okay.
And then speed her back to the Adventurers Guild as fast as her 2 little legs plus a package and flowers can take her.
Okay. So we will say Layla returns about 10 minutes after Dewdrop. So, Dewdrop, as you return to the Adventurers Guild, is there anything that you do or want to do?
Not really. I don't think I really need anything in the store or anything here. I just can't wait to go back home. Well, not home, back to the island on my church, our church actually, Regan's church, and the nameless one. So it's, it's decorated and stuff. Because I was in a good mood. My house is fine. I got the sword, so nothing really other than just walking in with this sword floating behind me. And if Regan is there, I'm gonna be like, I picked up your sword. Now, I don't normally touch things that don't belong to me. That's why it's sort of wet right now. But I can easily get that water out. I was just causing it to levitate. I would recommend studying it, before you do anything with it. It might have been touched by somebody else, and that's kind of weird. I don't like other people touching my stuff, so they might have done something to it. But you can look over it, whatever. This is if Regan is there.
He is.
Yeah.
Reagan's going to divine sense it. It's not like he has identify.
That is a good question. I don't think Divine Sense helps you with magic items.
He's doing what he knows to do. He will divine sense and detect magic.
Divine
He is
Sense
Elder
doesn't
Sight.
reveal anything, but your Eldritch Sight does reveal magic on the scabbard.
Yeah, it doesn't
think
reveal the nature of the
tells
magic.
Does it tell you the School of Magic?
It should tell you the School of Magic.
Okay, well, there we go.
Okay, then you know it is. Yeah, divination magic.
I figured it would be freaking divination. Dewdrop. There's divination magic on this.
Oh. Do you remember asking for divination magic?
No,
At all?
I didn't.
Well.
And is that the symbol of Ados on the hilt?
Oh, that
It
little
is.
sun thing? Probably. I
Mhm.
don't know. I thought it looked cute.
You would recognize it as the symbol of the unconquered sun.
Mm. Oh, Ados could be watching us, or maybe even the Paladin Order.
Isn't Atos like your main god? Did you just sort of like get rid of that already? What's up?
Well, I was excommunicated, and
Got it. Do we want to rip the scabbard apart? Or do you think that if we somehow touch the scabbard and open the sword or whatever, we'll get like a bolt of lightning? Or what does Atos do? Like sunbeam us?
you
We get
saw
like
what
sunburnt?
the paladin commander did to me, Dewdrop.
Oh,
I
okay,
was
that's not good.
almost incinerated.
Oh, well, that's not good. So do we just throw this sword away?
But I paid for it. And
I'll give you the money back.
is there
I'm
anyone
sure we can
here
get
you could
other
trust
swords.
to take a better look?
Um,
Maybe Aspen can do something.
How about this? I believe I have a way to just sort of get rid of stuff. I'm gonna try and dispel magic on it because I
You can do
forgot that I
that?
had that. Yes, I'm going to just cast dispel magic on the scabbard. But I had
Are you
that.
casting? Are you casting it at 3rd level?
You know what? How many do I have? Since it's a godly thing, man, I'm gonna cast it at. Do I want to do that? Yeah, let's cast it at 6th level just to make sure.
Okay.
Nuke them from orbit, just to be sure.
Just to be
you
sure.
tap
And I don't
in,
want my friend Regan Pero to die,
Hmm.
because I didn't. I'm just dispelling. I just don't want. Okay, I don't know if this is possible, but can I? Did you wish for a magic item, Regan? Did you ask for a magic sword? Because I am afraid that if I do dispel magic, it will not only dispel the divination of it, but also the other benefits that you'd like. But if I can just target that specific thing, is that something I could do?
When I put in the request for this to be made, the material had a special property to it. I didn't know what results it would yield, and the blacksmith didn't know as well. So that was part of the payment agreement. Quite
Should have
frankly,
asked
I don't know
questions.
what this sword is meant to do.
I should probably have asked questions about that. But you know what? Just because we're trying not to get killed by your ex god friend, let's go ahead and just dispel this magic just to make sure that you're safe. Is
Uh,
that okay? Do you give me permission to do that?
I trust you, Dewdrop.
You really shouldn't.
Before
And
you
I
go casting your
You
spell,
really shouldn't.
do you remove the sword from the scabbard?
don't want to because I feel like if I remove it, it would cause something. Because
Yeah, Reagan would not have because
you
Dewdrop told
keep
him it may be
saying
dangerous.
I want to remove it, and you know what? That's suspicious to me. Like you specifically, Mr. Doom, is asking me are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do this? You know what? No, I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna dispel that divination magic. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, give that divination magic the D.
Yeah, or take it out.
Yeah, just whip it out.
Get out.
Okay, so to make sure that I am understanding, you are attempting to cast Dispel Magic at 6th level, targeting the entire
No, just
item.
the thing that has the divination magic. Just specifically that. Like if Regan can like
It was a
sort
hilt,
of
right?
point it.
As far as you can tell, it was the scabbard, though you have not taken
Oh,
the
it's the
sword out of the
scabbard, okay.
scabbard, so you don't know if it's affecting what's inside it or not. So
Well, Reagan would have indicated where it was coming from.
Yeah, I would point
Okay.
specifically to just that, and I'm gonna assume it's on the scabbard.
Okay, so you target the scabbard, and as you would tap into the primordial magic of nature, you feel the magic resist for just a moment before it snaps. With your Eldritch sight, Reagan, you see the divination magic shatter and begin to dissipate harmlessly into the world. And you are left with a somewhat ordinary scabbard.
It's gone.
Right. I think now we can remove it from the scabbard. And I wouldn't touch it just yet. Because we don't know if they messed with the sword, right? So I use my shape water to sort of pull the scabbard out of the sword.
I want to touch my new sword.
I'm going
Absolutely, we can do that.
I'm gonna need you to make a roll for that. I feel like the amount of magical control you have with shape water, you're kind of stretching it a little bit. So, can you please say just roll me? Yeah, you can make the water, but what you're doing is more akin to telekinesis with water, which is a little bit more than what the spell.
Water bending.
It's a little bit more than what the spell is supposed to do.
Sure.
So, make me make a roll a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier to see how well you can control it.
That's 18 plus my spell modifier. That's plus 9. So 18 plus 9.
Okay. It takes some doing as you kind of have to put the water into the scabbard to pull it out, but you manage to do so. And as you do, you find the blade is a almost dull green and blue mix. It is a single long blade with dual edges. I would say, actually, none of you are a blacksmith character, so you would know. So it's a very fine looking sword from what you can tell. But if you want to know more, you would need a method to gain knowledge.
And I tell him that. You can look at it again. And see if it works. But do you notice anything weird to the sword, Rian?
It looks like a sword. A really nice one. That I want to grab.
With your sight, you can tell that it's not magical.
I hand it to him.
Yes!
It feels good in your hand?
New sword!
Is it talking to you at all? Like,
No.
okay, cool. Try talking to it out loud. Maybe it'll reply.
Hello, sword.
I can't believe you just did that. No, I'm
Was
joking.
I not supposed to?
No, I was just joking. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
I mean, you heard
Speak
stories
and nothing
of
happens.
talking to you. You know?
Just asking above the table, is there any sense of attunement that may need to occur?
No?
You got it.
I drop the shape water, whatever spell, and I'm chill now, not casting anything. And I'm going to rest. Sit down and rest and wait for everybody else to come back, or whoever else left to come back.
All right. Is there anything else you all wish to do? Any conversations you wish to have?
You didn't have any trouble at the shop, did you?
Oh no, there were some weird people walking around, like looking into the shop, but I just think it's because I'm really pretty.
You are pretty.
Thank you. I know.
As you are saying that, we'll say Layla returns.
She comes walking with all of her presents plus her flowers, and just kind of like uses her free hand to shake her cloak again to change it back to her normal outfit. Oh my god, we have to be out of here by the end of the day.
Why?
The paladin commander's gonna be back.
You don't mean that, do you?
That's what they were saying. So there's a lot of like Autos people out in the crowd. I don't think they saw me, but they're looking. they're saying something about like the commander's looking for like this celestial tuning fork or whatever. And he's gonna be back tonight. So like the sooner
Wait.
we're out, the sooner the better. But I also brought
Well,
presents for everyone. She's gonna first hand the flowers over to Dewdrop. Hand the beautiful lotus bouquet over to Dewdrop. And then Rhea, I did DM you. What do both of the things do?
Check your roll 20 and you would know.
Wait, did you put them on roll 20? Where did you put them? Where are
They
they?
are near where you would be able to see your character sheet. Check towards the bottom.
Oh, dang. Okay. So that one, and what's the crossbow called?
Echo.
Oh, perfect. Left. Perfect. So she's gonna hand the quicksilver bow to Aspen. So this bow can fire magical arrows that deal radiant damage, and I figured that you're the best I know with a normal bow. I figured
oh, well,
you
thank you.
can use that. And then Axel. So this one can see through 5 feet of solid non-magical materials, and twice per day it can open a pinhole-sized portal that will magically teleport you to safety within 5 feet of the same material. So I don't know if you want it, because I know you're all about like sneaking and hopping and.
Axel's eyeballing the crossbow, looking at it. Yes, it's a very, very fine specimen. All these interesting magical features, though. Those I think could definitely prove useful.
I thought of you.
Oh,
Regan, I knew you probably. I wanted to get you these gloves that like did some damage, but then I remember you stabbed things and
New sword.
well, I also got you this potion of invisibility.
Thank you. I'll use it sparingly.
I figured since you're our paladin, it might help, like if you can get like a sneak attack on somebody.
I've never been able to pull that off.
Well, it
If
might
you're
come in a pinch.
invisible, you absolutely can now.
I'm invisible. Can you see me?
Aspen will look at the bow and say, "Thank you. I appreciate you considering gifts for us."
You're welcome. They're also out of healing potions, just because I guess the church is taking them all. So something's about to go down, but I think we should.
This is why we have our own island.
Can Reagan make a religion check on this tuning fork?
Oh, yes. It'll be difficult, but yes.
Alrighty.
I would say anyone else can make an Arcana check to see what you know about the tuning forks as well.
Arcana? Oh, I can do that.
Well. Oh well.
19.
19. Okay.
That's
Yep.
nice.
14.
22 for Arcana.
Okay. Dewdrop, did you roll a Arcana check or a religion check?
I rolled either one is the same, so Arcana, I guess, is what I rolled. No, let's do religion. Actually.
Okay. So the two of you with religion checks, you are aware that whatever this tuning fork would be, it should allow you to gain access to the specific plane, in this case, Mount Celestia. You aren't sure what the tuning fork could be, though. Aspen, with your Arcana check, you are aware that tuning forks are items that are mystically attuned to a specific plane and the material plane as well. And that once you have one, if you have the required spell, you can use it to travel to that specific plane. Usually tuning forks are attuned to a specific location, on that plane, such as the City of Brass and the Elemental Fire plane. You do not know. You need to know more information to know where this specific tuning fork would take you, but you're pretty sure it would take you to Mount Celestia, somewhere on Mount Celestia.
So, Aspen would give that piece of information to everyone and say, was it there a request for us to go there ourselves eventually as well?
Yes, it was in my dream.
Well, if we are able to, if we do attempt to look for this tuning fork, this may put us in paths with the Paladin Commander. So is that something you're interested in pursuing?
The fate of this world depends on it, friend.
Very well. So I guess while we're on this mission, we could perhaps keep an eye out or see if we could do some digging for this tuning fork.
Understood.
And Aspen pulls back the blow and notices that a magical radiant arrow appears. It kind of like flashes on top of his mask, and there's a wirely smile underneath it as he looks down upon it and says, I'm gonna have fun with this. Thank you.
I figure if it's undead, we needed something. Because we can't have
yes.
Regan doing all the work.
Oh, well, us golden dragons normally also do handle undead specifically, but this definitely adds to the armada, per se. So thank you.
I guess we just wait for that portal to be done then.
All right. Sounds like you all are finished. So, we will skip forward a bit. Just at the end of the hour you were told, Zalmas returns, trident in hand, followed by a woman. She is Aspen. You recognize her immediately. You recognize her as Dragonkin, a form not quite half dragon, but someone with draconic ancestry. She has mithril-colored scales going down her hands and almost the entire front side of her body. She is wearing what looks to be like a specially designed suit of chainmail armor. In one hand, she has what looks to be a gauntlet with a golden crystal attached to it. And in the other, she has let's say you'd all have seen spell books enough time to recognize a spell book. And as she looks up at you all, you realize this person is blind. She is wearing kind of a bandage kind of across her face. But she still seems to be aware of each of your locations.
We are dragons. We have that blind sight, so we kind of that's not too surprising. Just curious, what do you mean by ancestry? Is it more like she has dragon blood, but like a further descendant, or is she dragonkin in another way?
Not directly related to a dragon. So maybe in previous generations, it's hard to know how far, but not as recent, not recent enough to be a half dragon.
I see. Okay, gotcha.
Right. Well, this is Asia. She has intimate knowledge of the region and is the only person I know on such short notice that could get you all anywhere near the city. It is imperative that I recommend you all not travel there on your own. It is a very dangerous place, but you are all free to make your own decisions.
At will step forward, offering a hand for a handshake. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Aspen, and these are my friends. Have them introduce themselves.
Reagan just waves.
So, well, this is Reagan,
I'm
Layla,
not the
Axel.
most talkative group of people I've spent my time with.
Think you're
Well,
ready to do.
I didn't want my identity to be quite so public, but I guess we're not doing that anymore. Um,
I know of more than most, and I assure you, you have no problems with me.
oh good, oh good.
So you have traveled this area often, it seems?
Yes, I have gone back and forth from the region a few times. I get a feeling that you are here searching for the last person to ask me to take them there.
Yes. She is a close connection to me, and I've received information that she may be in danger, but to make sure that we are able to keep her safe.
And are you sure you are prepared to deal with what you will find?
Yes, I would do whatever is necessary to make sure she comes back alive.
Courageous and brave? Do the rest of you feel the same?
Reagan nods yes.
You are a unique group, touched by so much good and evil. I am curious to see just what you all do. Are you ready to go now?
Indeed. Either way.
She holds out a hand, the hand with the gemstone, the gauntlet and gemstone to each of you.
Yeah, Ash would definitely place his hands on there.
She begins to chant, and as she does, you all see what looks to be small, almost paper thin mithril shards begin to rise up from the ground around you, slowly wrapping around you in a soundless tornado. And as this spell takes place, as you all feel yourselves being pulled through both time and space, I think now would be an excellent time for us to take our break. So we will be gone for about 15 minutes, and then we'll pick up our adventure to see just what happens next to these wonderful people. So come back and join us then to see just what happens next. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our D&D adventure. As we return, the teleport spell has concluded, and you find yourself standing in a barren wasteland. From what you can tell, the space you seem to be was once a church. You can see the remains of what used to be what could have been a beautiful cathedral, now little more than a single floor covered in dirty stones and broken glass. In the distance, you can barely make out the remains of destroyed buildings, of a slope that seems to be going down into what looks like an underground passage. As you search around you, Dewdrop, you notice this first. There seems to be no life around you. That connection you have to nature seems to be almost not absent, but much weaker. Your city should take you maybe half an hour or so if you travel north from here.
What happened to this place?
That is part of why I traveled here so long ago. From what I've been able to piece together, some sort of disease or blight spread from people to animals to even the plant life. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what it was exactly. I don't think it's still here. Or at least I haven't seen any signs of it. Nor have I come up with a way to heal this place.
Well, what did it used to be called?
I believe in modern common it would have been the City of Salvation or something to that effect. It used to be a refuge for anyone in search of a place to live who do not have one. One of the few free cities this far inland. But that was long ago.
Place, the City of Salvation, as now is the very Westland. It sounds like this was done on purpose. No one knows who may have, if this was caused by a possible attack. There was no investigation on the source.
No. Or if it was done at the time, those notes have been lost.
Just to be on the safe side, out of character, the classic ping whale-like sonar detection gets sent out as Aspen does his primeval awareness to detect everything except for monstrosities within a 1 mile distance.
With a 1 mile of you, you don't sense anything within 1 mile. It is a stark lack of anything.
Aspen will look towards the others and say, there is nothing here. I mean, at least within a 1 mile distance. No beast, no creatures besides us.
Are you sure it's not like last time, friend?
No, last time there was something that was there that essentially my sense was blocked. Assuming because she was a divinity. Here it's just completely a lack of anything. So it just did not appear. So unless the creatures that reside here are simply monstrosity, which is the only type that I can detect, there is nothing here within a mile besides us. So just to clarify, I'm assuming Layla appears on my detection as a fiend, and of course, Asia? How you spell her name? Asia?
Zacia.
How you spell that? I think I spelled that wrong.
Oh, Zacia.
There's a Z there. Oh, there was a Z. Okay, I definitely messed that up. Zacia, I'm assuming she comes off as draconic, right?
I will say she detects as humanoid. Let me see if... I don't think tieflings detect as fiends yet.
They don't?
I
Interesting.
don't think so. Let me double check the rules. I will consult the great text, but I don't think they come off as fiends. No, it doesn't. It is no. It doesn't say they come off as fiends. So, Layla detects as humanoid at the moment.
Interesting. Aspen actually turns his head to the side towards Layla for a second, assuming there was going to be a detection of fiends, and realized it was not, that she comes across as humanoid. And he just whispers to himself, peculiar. He doesn't say it out loud. He just looks at her.
Aspen,
Yes.
I know that look.
What are you talking about? I have a mask on. You can't see my look.
I can see it in your eyes.
What are you
My
talking
passive perception's a 27, damn it.
I wear a mask for a reason.
Stop stereotyping me as being a fiend. We're good people.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so where is your sister so we can get out of here?
North. And he starts making his way down. Zacia, will you be coming with us?
No, this is your thread of fate. It is for you to resolve.
Well, it still is a pleasure meeting you. It was always nice meeting fellow Dragonkin. Is there a way I could reach out to you in the future?
I will be around when you have need of me. I do wish you all the best of luck.
As to you. As to you. And if you're ever interested in a different side of experience, well, we'll be interested in having you come venture to our settlement. Nice developing settlement that we have.
I have seen nothing but good things.
Thank you. So I guess we making our way. We head ourselves north to try to head over there.
Okay. So, as you all are moving, what speed are you moving?
What area are we at?
That's a good question. I don't think wastelands are terrain.
Yeah, it's okay. So you were essentially getting at what the question was going to be, because technically there's both Axel and I, who has two separate terrains. I think that's covered. Well, I think we both cover forest, and I cover mountains as well. What does Axel cover? What was your second terrain?
Let me see here. I don't know if I have a second. Let's see. Favored. I am a natural explorer for the woods.
Just woods? Okay.
I think just
Forest.
woods. Yeah, because I didn't take enough ranger levels to really get. I had 5 ranger levels.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think this will count as a forest anymore.
But definitely not.
Yeah, if
But
there's
it's not.
flatlands or some equivalent, I would say it would count. I guess the closest I would say it'd be either a desert or a swamp would probably be the closest.
Oh no, I definitely don't got that.
Or Underdark, since you're going to travel underground anyway. I would say you could use Underdark as well.
It's fair.
Fortunately, I don't have that. Okay, so in that case, since we don't have the ability to move at full speed while going stealthily, I guess probably be safer, to go the stealth route. Would everyone be okay with that?
The end is nigh.
Right, if you're trying to be a little stealthy, I need you to make me a stealth check. So, as a group.
Not my best, but synthetic 20.
Okay.
Thanks.
30.
Oh my goodness. 29.
No, I'm sad. I only rolled a 15, so I only got 30.
Oh wow.
That's the best it's ever been, naturally. 19.
Okay.
Wow.
So proud of you.
Okay.
Is Dewdrop also being stealthy?
Oh, I think you're muted.
16.
Okay. All right. So you all are moving forward. You manage to pass through the wasteland pretty quickly before you begin your descent underground. Those of you who do not have dark vision or any way to compensate to see in the dark, you begin to experience some difficulties navigating. I will say if you do not have dark vision or some equivalent, you will have disadvantage on stealth checks from this point forward.
But we hooked both Dewdrop and Reagan up with the
Goggles of night. Yep.
The goggles of the night, so everyone should be good.
Okay. Can I have everyone's passive perceptions, please?
19.
I am
19,
godlike.
22.
I am 30.
30, that is a very high passive perception.
11.
27.
All right.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the
Everyone
club.
except Reagan is very perceptive. Very powerful. You all travel for about another 2 hours before you begin to notice things that are unusual, first you come across a corpse of what looks to be an elvish person, although most of their skin has kind of dissolved and begun to fade. And you find that they have been almost bisected by what looks to be an axe wound.
You said skin? So that had to be recent then.
I did say the word skin. Whatever you gain from the description is for you to gain.
Okay.
And as you continue, you find more and more people. You find that each of them are all in different states of decay. Some are fleshy, almost as if they could have gotten up, they could have woken up recently, whereas others are almost skeletal in appearance. All of them have various axe wounds to different parts of their bodies, most scarred, some bones crushed. Is there anything you all wish to do as you're passing through?
Aspen will notice the fleshy bits and say, the fact that they have skin on their bodies is telling. That means some of these deaths are quite recent. So we should
What
definitely
skin?
be look at the dead bodies. He'll point to the
Dead
elvish.
bodies.
Mm-hmm. he'll point to the elvish creature that they walked past that had a bisection via axe, and says the fact that there's skin on there and clearly axe, that's no blight. That's clearly war wounds, and is quite recent. So whatever brought dooms to some of these individuals clearly was not a disease, but some type of fighting took place.
May whomever they worship welcome their souls.
Indeed. But it also means with it being recent, those who cause those wounds may be close by. Or not close by, but at least somewhere in the distance. We know they're not within 1 mile from here. Be on guard.
As you all are continuing, can I have everyone make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Mm-hmm. The hatred begins. Yep.
Everyone except for Reagan makes it with advantage.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I told you the hatred begins.
You're kind of in heavy plate armor.
So this person didn't ping.
No, he's wearing half plate.
Oh, he's
Oh,
wearing
right now.
Is this
whatever.
a
Half
monstrosity? Is this a monstrosity? Oh, okay, much better.
I got a natural 20.
A dexterity saving throw?
Yeah, everybody
Nice
gets plus
dexterity
5
saves.
to their save.
Oh, add a +5.
Yeah.
Good God,
Well-
that'd be 28.
32.
If I take with his +5 on the natural 20, it's a 35.
27.
22.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone succeeds. As you are moving forward, you enter a cavern. And as you look around, you see the far wall has been almost completely smashed through. And as you are begin to taking this in, you feel the ground beneath you tremble and shake. And as you almost instinctively leap backwards, the ground falls out beneath you. And I would say Aspen and Reagan, both of you sense undead beneath you, though there's something wrong with it. The undeath you all have encountered up until now has been an inverse of life. It has been something that belonged to the natural cycle. But what you're sensing beneath you is antithetical to life. It is antithetical to death in its own way. And as you kind of look deeper into this darkness, do you all do anything?
What's that? They're not like undead, I know.
Anybody got a glow stick?
So there is clearly some prey down below. How large is the distance between the hole? Like how far is the
Across, you think maybe 10 to 11 feet. You aren't sure how deep it is. You cannot see how deep this hole goes.
Well, you know, Axel has been drinking a lot of water.
You wouldn't dare. You wouldn't dare.
Yeah, gotta. You know, we gotta stop sometime. We don't really talk about this a lot in our role-playing experiences, but you know, characters have bodily functions too, assumedly. So, you know, I mean, it's pretty dark in here. You know, we can just, you know, Axel's just gonna say, here, let's see if we have it. We're gonna test and see how deep it is. We're just gonna start peeing into the hole.
so you're marking your territory? I see.
Oh, that was a lot of water.
I don't think they are going to like that.
Can we
Roll
hear
an
anything?
intelligence check. Roll an intelligence check.
Who?
This was your idea. So it's up to you at this point. This was
Okay.
fully
Okay.
your. All of this has been your
22.
decision. So this does not work like this in a variety of ways. You think the hole may be somewhere between 20 and 30 feet deep? That's what you gain from your I don't know
Urination.
what that is. You think it may be
Marking the
20 or
territory.
30 feet?
Axel just like pulling his britches back up. Doesn't seem too far. Maybe a good 20, 30 feet. Not sure why it's so dark. Maybe there's magic.
Well, there's definitely undead there. We could sense it, but that means we are on the right path. Once again, hit some primeval awareness just to see what else could be detected now within the 1 mile precinct.
You pick up undead.
I have
you
a
aren't sure
question.
where. Yes,
I have
Dewdrop.
a question.
Uh-oh.
If I create bonfire and point it to there, what would happen?
I mean, you
You'd
probably
have to
could
do so to
bonfire
find out what happens.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna create bonfire just to see if there's
Well,
any
where? Where are you creating the bonfire?
on the ground, on the side, whatever.
Like on the ground next to me?
No, on the hole,
On the hole?
like on the
Okay.
side of the hole, whatever. I'm just gonna throw fire under it, basically.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw fire
see.
at it.
As you
Yes, and
ignite
bonfires.
your magic, you cast the spell, and you all watch as the flame sink into the darkness. The dying orange and red embers almost being erased from existence. And then you feel the ground shake as what looks to be liquid darkness begins to crawl up from this hole. The ground around you begins to almost not quite dissolve, but be erased as this pool of black begins to reach up towards you all.
I'm flying up in the air.
You are in a cave, you're underground, so I would say you can get maybe 15 feet up. No higher.
I asked you to back up. Try to back up anyway.
Aspen will look down. He would say the easiest person he could probably pick up. He knows Dewdrop can fly. Reagan is heavy as hell. Axel is
What? Since when can Dewdrop fly?
You can change it to eagle mode. drop down and get your
I was
eagle,
just
girl.
like, wait a minute, what are you
Yeah,
talking
you can
about?
wild shape. Yeah.
As you all are processing what to do, this inky black darkness begins to inch ever closer.
I'm gonna pick up Layla because I know Layla would be the easiest to grab.
Oh my god.
Dewdrop. I'm sorry. Umbra will lean next to Reagan to see if Reagan would need a ride.
You'll definitely take it.
Okay. And I got 2.
Okay. You all are a bit further off the ground. It is very cramped in here. I will say it will be a disadvantage to move around as you're kind of effectively in difficult terrain, as this is not meant for aerial movement. That leaves Axel and Dewdrop on the ground. What are you all doing?
I'm backing away from and Dewdrop. I think maybe
Axel, do you want to ride? I guess I could turn into something. So we can fly.
You can be a giant bird. That's in your wheelhouse.
Be a
where
giant
are you
bird.
gonna fly? Where are you gonna fly? We're in the cave's kind of cramped. Probably better to run.
Sure. Do you think we should like set it on fire again?
I mean, you can try. Didn't work so well the first time.
I'm going to Eldritch blast it.
Oh, what?
Eldritch.
What did you get, Eldritch Blast?
Blast!
I attacked the darkness.
Oh, spider mommy. Spider mommy. Oh, this is delicious. This is
As
delicious.
you
Excuse me. It's not Eldritch blast. It's Eldritch blast.
Okay.
It's a
Fair.
stream of ice cold ale
That is a spell.
that blasts from my outstretched hands toward a creature or object in range. Just gonna do
it is a spell that you can use that. Yeah.
That is a spell.
just to see
You are
if
one
it
of the few
does
people
anything.
to actually take that spell. So
It's a good
as
spell.
you attempt to launch your cold beverage at this creature, as you blast into it, you see portions of it are pushed away, but the liquid-like properties allow it to just keep pushing forward. It climbs up the sides of the hole and begin to crawl
Is it
towards.
liquid?
It looks like a
Liquid-like.
kind of. It's not quite liquid. If you have ever seen a character in a movie or in a TV show who can manipulate darkness, the way the darkness kind of moves, almost like it's liquid, is what you're seeing.
Oh, the Shadow Boys from the romance novels you be talking about. Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different. It's a very different scenario, it really is. So,
It actually is,
not
and
as
you know it.
unpleasant. It's not as pleasant.
Oh,
It's not
romance
as pleasant.
novels, you say?
If they move in mass, that'll be them.
No, there's
All right,
not as
I'm
pleasant.
gonna do something different then. If I notice that it's being pushed back by my eldritch power, I am going to cast another spell. And I'm going to
Alright.
shout to everybody and just be like, "Hey, can you stand behind me or run, fly, whatever? I don't, just
Okay.
behind me, please."
As Dewdrop begins casting their next spell, what are the other 4 of you doing?
Hey, has been following. You know, like if Dewdrop has idea in mind, Layla, he just looked out at Layla, be just like, hold on, and then just fly. Pretty much arc around to where there's like maybe like a solid 30-40 feet behind Dewdrop if possible.
So it takes some maneuvering in this situation, but you're able to move behind Dewdrop.
Oh yeah, and
Okay.
Umbra will follow suit.
Yeah, Reagan's at the mercy of Umbra.
I'm going to
Okay.
cast Wall of Fire.
Okay. So you begin your spell. A blazing wall of heat and fire erupts in front of you. And you see as the... roll the damage on your wall of fire for me, please.
5d.
Ash looks down at Layla and says, actually the heat feels good.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're okay.
Oh
But
yes.
what did that have to come out of the hole in the ground?
I don't know. I was expecting a unborn brain. Undead brain. That looks like liquid goo, and not the one that makes you rich.
Oh.
Oh, that was the first thing I was thinking. I was having my jars ready to put to scoop it up and sell it, but that is not the case.
I need to go back and
26.
find that lava pit again.
Okay. Your wall of flame begins, and y'all can see this darkness is being burned, but it is pushing through this wall of flame. And as it is, you can see the flame isn't so much as going out as it's being erased. The light is just disappearing in front of you as this liquid blackness continues to advance.
So the flame, so the flame still exists. It's just going past the flame, right?
Where it is passing, the flame is being removed.
Oh, I know. Wall of fire can't disappear like that.
I think
Can I
it's just
do one last thing
the big
before I give up now?
the big blob is consuming everything.
What would you like to do?
I would like to shout for my spider mommy.
That's it.
Be like, hey, good and gracious and pretty little, wonderful queen of the dark. Maybe you can help me out here with this wonderful problem that we're having. If you could, I would absolutely adore that. Always respectfully asking for your assistance. Yours truly, Dewdrop.
What is it, a Bridgerton letter?
Yeah. I prayed in letter form.
Roll a persuasion check.
Alright. That is a natural friggin' 20.
Whoa!
What's my persuasion? It is. It's 21.
Okay. As you beseech Loth's assistance underground, where perhaps her influence is at its greatest, at first nothing seems to happen. And as you look around to see, you realize the world around you seems to have muted. And you feel it invert. And as the world seems to change for you, you hear a laugh. This woman's laugh that seems to be equal parts seductive as it is cruel. And as this happens, you feel a presence, not gentle, not kind, but cruel. And
You never
as I don't know what to say to any of that at all. I have no idea what that even means. But as you attempt to call on this dark power, you watch as it isn't so much as the darkness that is removed, as the ground around you is transformed into a netting, a webbing. And as you stare forward, you realize you're looking at the Underdark, laid bare in almost infinitely many paths and tunnels laid out in front of you.
This can only end well.
Where would you like to go?
Would you take us somewhere safe?
There is no safety for the weak in my domain.
What about safe for the strong?
Anywhere you exist is safe if you're strong enough, my child.
How about for someone of my strength?
Of course. Pledge yourself to me, and I will give you more than enough to be safe wherever you like.
You never have to ask me twice.
Damn.
The Lolt's laughter fills your mind, Dewdrop, as the rest of you, what you see, the cave around you, the darkness, the shadows, coalesce into the form of a woman who seems to be impossibly beautiful. And she wraps herself around Dewdrop. And as she does, for you, Aspen, you feel wrongness. You feel the abyss itself. And you all can, it almost feels like for a moment you are pulled into the abyss. The chaotic, nonsensical makeup of that plane seems to reach up and mark your souls before you reemerge. You look around you and you can feel you're still in the Underdark. Only you aren't sure where. Aspen, your senses and your senses, Reagan, pick up undeath in every direction. And then, Aspen, you feel a familiar presence, a draconic one. And you can almost, for a brief moment, you feel her pain. It's not even so much as it's being shared with you, as it feels, you can almost feel the joy, the amusement this dark, shadowy woman feels as she presents it to all of you. And with that, she's gone. That sensation fades, and you all left alone in this darkened cavern. That pool of inky blackness seems to have not made the journey with you.
Which
Liza, you
direction?
notice there is another mark on your hand. This one more detailed, almost less like a tattoo and almost as if it has become part of your hand.
I look at it and I go, nice.
What
What
just happened?
What direction was that? Did I feel her presence come?
A bit northwest of here.
Aspen lets out a low guttural growl as he felt her pain. And he pretty much darts forward. Like, doesn't say a single word. He's gone.
Nice
Excuse
talk,
me, you're still
friends.
taking me with you?
Hold on. You just see like flame just like expressing out her mouth, which doesn't hurt you anyway because we're both immune to fire. But then, I mean, he is heavily upset.
Delay sigh as she's dragged along in the air.
Alright.
She just kind of resigned herself.
Dewdrop, Reagan, and Axel, you watch as your companions fly off. What do you do?
I don't. I'm pulled along with, because I'm
Right,
assuming
because
dragon
you're-
companion. Yep.
Alright, so Dewdrop and Axel, you two are left behind as the other three go flying into the Underdark.
Die.
Just gonna like look over to Dewdrop and say, hey,
Uh-oh.
Do we lose Axel?
You lost
Oh
that.
no.
That's funny.
Right?
We have the
I
same
look,
internet.
right? I was like,
This computer died? What happened? His internet died?
yours is
Loaf.
perfectly fine. It was just, Loaf was just like, hey, we're gonna make sure you come through okay, right? She came through in real life and saved your saved your spectrum. Saved your AT&T.
Well, Axel attempts to return. Dewdrop, you are alone.
Oh,
Did we
hey,
actually?
hey.
Oh no. All right, I guess we will
no.
take a brief break to see if we can bring Axel back from the abyss where we seem to have left him. So we will be right back in a few moments.
Lofa was like, I don't care about your husband.
All right, I think we're back. We have retrieved Axel from the abyss. So as
Got sucked into
you
the
two are
darkness.
as you two are left behind, what is it that you wish to do?
Well, I'm actually gonna look over to Dewdrop before he was cut off by the inky blackness before, and just say, I think your new friend may have scared off our other friends.
I think they're fine. We should just follow them. And then Dewdrop sort of starts walking.
Axel looks around, no idea where the fuck he is. All right.
And it's just funny to me to see like these the dragons flying and like angrily or whatever, and then Axel and Dewdrop just walking behind, plodding along.
Yep.
And just and showing off my new tattoo. Have you seen this? This is really cool, isn't it? Look at that.
And I'm assuming that Axel may have some brief familiarity.
Oh yeah, as an elf.
As a half elf.
I would say you've heard of Loth before. You've heard of her reputation. You want to know anything specific? You would need to make me a roll for make me a religion roll.
Now, let's just see how much he actually knows, if anything. Yeah, 6, so
Nothing.
nothing.
Such a good.
You've heard the name.
Yeah, she's just a really good friend. Like,
Yeah.
I think she's such a good pal. We save her, she saves us. I think she's great.
Yeah.
Is this the
Perfectly-
spider
seems
mommy you've been
perfectly good.
talking about?
Absolutely, it's Spider Mommy. She's been really cool so far. I'm sure it's not gonna bite me in the ass. Maybe I want her to. That's something we should unpack at a different time. We should get to our friends.
Axel pauses, leans back to look at Dewdrop's butt, and then says, well, yeah, I think we should keep going.
Do you like what you see? What's up?
All right. All right. So,
We've
as
distracted Dewdrop.
Aspen
not the place.
and the group, as you rush forward, you find yourselves exiting a tunnel and into a metropolis of a city. As you look around, you find the scale is at least twice that of the Republic of Ashia, and it exists both in width and depth. As you can see, at least 3 floors that descend beneath you. And as you look around, at first you see people, but through a combination of both your senses and irregularities, you realize you're not looking at people. You're looking at undead. A potential army of hundreds, if not millions, of undead laid out before you. Is there anything you would like to do?
Can I disguise self as undead?
Right? I was like, technically, I could do that. But at the same time, once when they noticed that people was coming, Aspen will almost do like a classic, almost like Looney Tunes, where they kind of like, where they run so fast, they kind of like slide across the floor, but like in the flying form, when they see all the people, just like, hold on to your butts.
No, there's undead down there. That is no. Wait, if you can fly, why can't your sister?
Good question. But I felt her. She's in pain right now. I'm not sure what is causing it, but she's clearly in pain.
Oh, so much. Regan, how are you holding up back there?
I'm still on the dragon. Thanks.
Okay, I think maybe we should think of this smartly and wait for everybody to get here so we can make a plan. Because I think if we rush into that, we're going to join the horde.
But undead.
Like, as Aspen's told her, she's like, did I stutter?
Aspen pretty much like spits out fire to the side, even though he knows that Layla is immune to fire, like he is, just out of anger. He's like, this is one of the few times where I hate that you're right.
I am always right.
Oh, I mostly enjoy when you're right. This is the one of the few times where I don't like when you're right, but you are.
We need to have a good plan if you want to rescue your sister and all of us get out of here.
But undead.
Undead can hold off for 5 seconds until Dewdrop and Axel catch up because we left them back farther.
That wasn't my decision, friend. But undead.
No, undead. Hold yourself. You can undead later.
You can turn them dead later.
But I took an oath.
Your oath is not broken. Your oath is just on pause.
Pause.
When Dewdrop and Axel get here, we can come up with plan and then undead.
Storyteller, to remind me, then was Aelin able to develop her wings, or was she one of the ones that couldn't develop her wings?
As far as you know, she could.
Okay. Yeah, Aspen was looking down and says, no, she was able to. It varies depending upon the half dragon, but I think most of my siblings that was able to did have wings. So whatever's carrying her is keeping her in place to where she can't move. Or maybe she's fighting right now and it's not trying to escape. In any case, you are right. We will stay here and wait for Axel and Dewdrop to return to meet up with us and then come up with a plan.
But undead.
Whatever the situation, Dewdrop is walking while skipping. Is just having a great time.
So,
Okay.
Just let me dispatch one.
No,
Just,
no,
just.
no.
I could,
Because if you dispatch one, the rest of them are going to notice that we're here.
but you don't know that.
I do know that.
But Axel got to piss into the pit, but I don't get to kill one undead.
Look here, you can kill one undead after meeting.
get your piss into the pit.
I
It's not
didn't get to piss
fair,
into the pit
Layla.
either. I'm not complaining.
Wait, are you also trying to mark territories? I didn't know.
No.
Well, that was what
Out
Axel
of-
was trying to do.
Out of concern for where this conversation's going to end up, I'm going to say that Axel and Dewdrop make their way to where you all are, and you all can see the same scene as described.
Yeah,
Great, they're here.
Yeah, they were
No.
looking for his Dewdrop, and Axel said, apologies, my sister is currently in pain. I felt it as we were brought here, and so I wish to rest to try to alleviate her from her circumstance. And yet we have came across what appears to be innumerable amounts of undead before us in this massive city. So Layla smartly came up with the suggestion of coming up with a plan first before we infiltrated the city. Any suggestions?
We slay the undead.
Oh, that will happen. They will know our wrath.
Well,
As long as we understand this.
Can we at least figure out where roughly she is? Because then we can have like a course trajectory to go to.
Of course.
Sure.
Primeval awareness. she would come up on the radar of where her location is.
Okay. As you tap into your senses, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Wait, saving throw? Okay.
The hatred begins anew.
Interesting. Okay.
Did I catch
Oh,
you trying
perfect.
to get bearings, fam? You don't get to get your bearings when I drop you into a different location. You're gonna take all the psychic damage, bro. All the psychic damage. You're gonna be unconscious.
Well, that's the reason why I chose the resilient feat, because I know wisdom is very important. That is 26.
Okay. As you tap in to your senses, it takes a moment for the magic of nature to respond to you. It's almost as if it's muted or further away here. But as your senses come alive, the sheer amount of undead around you makes it harder to pick up anything else. But as you focus, as you flex your will to to force your way through, you find her beneath you in the very center of the city.
How far away does that look to be?
You think it is 3 floors down, and then maybe... Oh, the distance is difficult. A mile away? It's in the middle of the city. I'm not very good at with real life distances, let alone imaginary different distances.
What we
But
say
it's
is
the
like 30
distance
feet,
from
60
Republic of
feet.
Eschia, from one end of the Republic of Eschia to another end of that city.
Sheesh.
Of the city of Alexandria from one end to the other. It's the same distance.
Okay.
It's very
So
far.
how much? Very far. So would you say it's more than 100 feet, more than 200, 300, 400,
Yeah,
500,
it's-
600, 700?
It's close. We'll say it's closer to 700 to 800 feet.
700
To
feet.
get
Okay.
her.
Gotcha.
That's
Good to
gonna
know.
be too much mathematical understanding your distance.
Hey, that's
Means-
important.
It means
'cause
nothing to me.
Well, it definitely means something to me because I got like 4 different teleportation spells. So I was like, hey, which one I need to bring out onto this, to this circumstance?
Numbers mean very little to me.
So Aspen will look to the others and say, there's so many are dead here, but she's located in the center of the city. about 700 feet, and you'll point towards that direction. I think the best method is it is 2 stories down, so there's a couple of avenues we could take. We could fly towards the center and then just fly down 2 stories down and avoid the outer areas of the undead. The other method is I can teleport a couple of us to that location, but it would take some time.
I mean, we're also gonna have to find the hole to go down.
That's true. So I guess we could just fly to the. What's our go ahead? Oh, you're muted.
Are you sure you don't want me to just ask Spider Mommy to get you closer to your sister?
Is that what you
Well,
did?
no. I mean, yeah, I talked to her. She helped us out. She's really cool.
No. Fascinating.
Yeah, kids, just take a puff. It'll be all right.
But also, I have a magic spell that might be helpful. I just learned it, and I'm talking about Moonbeam, and maybe that'll help destroy a lot more people. I can just move it around. If that's our attempt of our, if I know Regan here wants to like turn some undead into dead, and I want to help.
Lay them to rest.
Absolutely, lay them to rest. That's what he wants to do.
Indeed. However, there is
Your sister takes priority, friend.
and there is a massive amount. So the preference would be to dive into the center and then make our way out whenever we can, because we still will unleash it, but it may be we can reach the center first.
What if I can shine the light of cleansing and then, clear the area where the hole is and then just jump in? Because, shocked.
Yeah, that works for me.
Does everyone have the means to get there?
Well, we'll
I
be
know
flying there.
we flew, but Excellent Dewdrop didn't.
That's true. Any people does dimension door take.
Reagan can fly, but he wouldn't be able to make the distance.
Let's see. Oh no, because I feel I would have to take. Let me see. If it's just one person, I think it's just one person.
I wonder if I could just hide.
You
Like,
have
you just-
one of the best spells ever, Liza. You've got Conjure Animals.
I can just do that and then hide. Like, I don't have to join
yeah.
you at the moment.
You can make a bunch of bats or giant owls or something.
Yeah, I'll be fine. To fly.
Yeah, could you create
Oh.
create a listing of owls, and then we all can just fly there?
Yeah. I'll cast those two. I'm gonna create conjure animals.
Who?
It is third level.
I'm
He's-
I do have it. I'm gonna conjure animals. And then I'm going to, while we're flying, cast. I think I can do that.
Mhm. As long as it's not another concentration spell.
Let's see if it is actually.
Wait, I think Moonbeam is a concentration spell.
Yeah, Moonbeam
Yeah,
is
it
a
is a
concentration.
concentration. So yes, we would just it'd probably be better just have the eagles out like Lord of the Rings and just fly there with all the eagles.
You can use some that we're not riding and then just have them run interference.
Yeah, we do that. Have 4 do. I mean, what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Well, I mean, I don't.
Yeah, you can do 8 for
Yeah, you can do it.
like creatures less than 1/4. Oh wait, I think they
Yeah.
are 1/4, so it would be 4. I gotta look that up. It all depends on what you summon.
Yeah, so you can have a couple do decoy, and then the other fly folks, and then yeah, you can do that.
It's your spell though, Liza, so sure call.
I'm trying to I'm trying to look and see if there's something. Like, I could do the spell, the moonbeam spell, like cast it so that everybody can jump into it. I don't have to follow at the moment. I'll just follow y'all later.
We're all going to fall. Like if you cast Moonbeam, it ends Conjure Animals because they're both concentration.
No. I don't have to fly. You can all, like, other people can fly. I just, like, Axel can either, like, people who do not want to go deeper into it can just hang out with me while we're, like, the people who can fly, the people who
Okay.
want to join.
So you want to split us up? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because, like, we all don't have to fall into it just yet. Like, we could take another stab at it, but, like, if Aspen really wants to go down the hole or, like, down wherever it is, which I think is a good idea, I can cast that, and then people can just, whoever wants to go, because I know that at least Aspen and the Umbra can just fly down, So, and that's
Sure
like
call.
Sounds good.
that's 4 people. Whoever wants to go, I don't have to go. I can just stay and then hide, and then you can come back and pick me up when you're done.
Okay.
So it sounds like you all have decided to split the party, with less than half of you staying behind, while the rest will attempt to
Reagan will stay
infiltrate
behind.
the heart. 3 of you are staying behind. Is that correct?
3 staying behind? Who's coming? Who's going?
Axel, are you going? Or staying behind?
Well, Axel is an adventurer at heart, so staying behind is not what you do when there is adventure afoot.
Okay.
I know
so
Aspen
Reagan,
is definitely going.
so
So
Reagan stayed behind. Okay, so then I guess Reagan would hop off of Umbra, and then Axel will hop on Umbra. Yeah,
Well, Layla is like Dewdrop able to hide, and I'm not really all that good at combat. It would make more sense for Reagan to go with you guys.
yeah, and he wants to do a lot of, like, killing undead.
Undead.
Yeah, so maybe he'll find more undead to kill over there to save your sister, right? Because honestly, it's like if Layla and Dewdrop are just gonna be hiding, and then you guys can come back and we'll heal you. I think that's a good idea, and it gives Layla and Dewdrop some time to hang out.
in full undead. Oh, I'm fine.
If Sis is unconscious and we need to help her onto the dragon to fly back up, there's going to become the game of how are we going to sort this out so we can come back the way we came. Reagan has 1 minute of flight time that he can pop individually, but that's all he gets until his next long rest.
I mean, Aspen has quite a few spells that could help in terms of like carrying her or teleport her or something like that if she is unconscious. I don't think she's unconscious though because she was just in pain.
We don't know.
Heal her. Don't y'all have healing stuff?
Yeah, we got
Wake her up. She can fly.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what's going on yet. Might be some heal blockers going on.
But yeah, like
I don't know who wants to stay, but I will be staying.
If y'all want Reagan to go, Reagan will go.
Yeah, Layla will stay with Dewdrop.
Okay.
She knows her skill set, which is not fighting undead.
Yeah. Mine is limited. And I've used a lot of spell slots doing random shit.
All right, as you all choose to divide yourselves, Axel, Reagan, and Aspen are traveling into the heart of the city together, while Layla and Dewdrop are staying behind. Aspen, Axel, and Reagan, how do you intend to enter the city? Do you wish to go unnoticed?
Yes, stealthily. I don't know about Reagan, but stealthily.
Yep, definitely stealth.
All right, make stealth checks.
Reagan's
Once
like,
again, y'all do
motherfuckers.
this.
I think I might have passed without a trace, so I can cast it on y'all. But
Oh, but it
is
won't,
that like a concentration?
it
Mhm.
won't it won't work because you're not with us. It's 30.
Got it.
People have to be from 30 feet from your location. So
Never
Is
mind
it
then.
just when you cast it, or do they have to stay within 30 feet for the whole time? I mean, we wouldn't have told her before, so that bridge is already, that ship sailed.
mhm.
Yeah, I think you have to stay the entire time. I think that's the weakness of the spell.
Oh.
But I will.
I was gonna just cast it on a rock, and then they could carry the rock.
There, now we're cooking with gas.
I think.
Does it have to be a creature? Or is it
Yeah,
target
it
self?
is meant to benefit you only while you're within the spell's radius.
Alright.
Yeah,
So yeah,
other
it's target
people have
self.
tried this, so unfortunately, it would
Right,
not
but the
work.
radius, we're talking about the radius, is the range on it personal?
Yes, it's you.
Okay.
It's not an object.
I
So-
mean, that depends on, I mean, you could treat
Yeah, the
Dewdrop like an
target
object.
itself and the range
Yeah, that's
itself.
a different.
So it's not a.
Yeah, it's a different. That's a
Womp
different.
womp.
That's a different method. So if you're trying to be stealthy, I need you all three of you to make me stealth checks. Actually,
Actually-
which one is riding the dragon?
Axel's riding the dragon. Aspen will look down to Reagan and be like, "Hold on a second, I got you here." They're going to cast invisibility, so you should now get advantage on your stealth checks.
Thank you. It is now a straight roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the person riding the dragon will have to make the stealth check. There isn't much Axel can do to be stealthy.
Oh.
But Axel's not the one flying. It's
No
It
worries.
is the
I
dragon.
mean, I could make it worse. Being on the back.
Yeah, if you
they're
want
like,
to roll, if you want to roll for worse, you're more than welcome to do
You
that.
don't have to. That's what he's saying. You're already freaking
You're
chill.
more than welcome
Oh, perfect.
to make the situation worse for you all.
Anyway, I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace. Oh, actually, I'm gonna do the Moonbeam first and then cast Pass Without a Trace when they're all gone later. So that's just what I'm gonna be doing whenever they're
Okay.
ready.
We will.
I need to cast those two things to misdirect and whatever.
Okay.
26 for Aspen and 21 for
And 13 for Reagan.
Oh, sorry. Oh no, they got a plus. Oh no, it's 21. Yeah, it's a +1 today.
Okay. All right. You all flow through the air like specters in the night. As you pass over the ruined city, you find undead of all shapes and sizes. A lot of them are drow. You see a large number of human and elves. For once in a while, you see orcs, leonin, an occasional centaur. As you are getting closer and closer to the center, you find that the undead become more well armed the closer you get to the middle. The outer region featured mostly undead without weapons, but as you're getting closer to this kind of central spire, you find that these ones are wielding solid metal weapons, bows, swords, axes, hammers. As you are reaching this central pillar, how do you want to go down? Or how do you intend to descend?
Is there like an entrance way or how?
It is basically a more or less it's a hole that kind of has a big pole kind of sticking out of it. So you could enter from either the front or the back. So it's kind of like I'm trying to think. It's kind of like a water bottle, honestly, where it's kind of solid on these two sides, but then there's a hole kind of going through the middle.
Interesting. I guess it would definitely the backside. That most likely would be the stealth route.
Okay. As you all are about to make your descent into the second level, make me another stealth check.
What?
You enter the second level to get to the first level.
Okay.
After the
All right,
first
here we
level
go.
is the second level. There are levels to this city.
Oh, okay.
Well, you
With
said
this
that
one,
the
I'll
dragon has
use.
to make my stealth check, right? So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
13 again.
I'm using the lucky for this
Lucky
one.
number. Numbers, huh?
Reagan's very consistent.
Oh, much better. Just
You gotta respect it. Is that May in the chat?
What up?
Oh, hello. Anyway,
Cool. So 23 for Aspen and 18 for Umbra.
Okay. As you enter the second, you begin to notice something strange. The undead here seem not quite sentient, but much more aware. As you walk around, they move in set patterns. Most of them are wearing armor, a variety of types, from heavy plate to chainmail to the occasional treated leather. They all seem to hold proper weapons, some of which, as you're flying over, you realize are magical. As you descend, I would say Aspen and Axel, I believe you both have high passive perceptions. You notice there is as you get to the threshold to the third level, there is a very large undead wearing kind of a black cloak over his head. And as they're kind of looking up in your direction, you notice they have a dark purple light in their eyes. Is there anything you wish to do before you are seen?
Before we're seen?
Before you're seen?
Well,
before the eye, he's looking up at you. You don't know if they will see you, but you see them kind of beginning to look upward.
Well, Reagan's invisible, so unless he has
Reagan
like
is
blind so that he can't be able to be seen.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Simple. Umbra will say, he will look toward Umbra and say, keep going. And Aspen is going to cast Dimension Door to get right down to the third level.
Okay. As you are traveling, you cast your spell in a doorway out of space appears. You disappear along with, I believe, you were carrying Reagan. So you two disappear, leaving Axel and your Umbra behind. Hey, Axel, is there anything you want to do?
Aside from kind of eyeballing and trying to not be too conspicuous, but eyeballing the surroundings, and just kind of holding on to the dragon and not trying to fall off into the city full of into Zombieland.
Okay. Can I have you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh no!
So you feel the mental tendrils reach out and attempt to connect to your mind.
22.
Yeah, there you go.
You feel another presence begin to sink its fangs into your consciousness. But just as this slimy presence begins to grab hold, you manage to force it back. And you see that cloaked figure that had been raising its head looks down again. You seem to be safe. For now.
Be gone, demon!
Aspen and Reagan, as space distorts and the two of you appear, you find yourselves flying above an utter ruin. The buildings beneath you are in shambles. Most of them have been completely smashed. The only main structure being what looks to be like a temple to a deity you don't recognize. The thing that you both find your attentions drawn to are the desiccated 25-foot long draconic creature beneath you. Its wings are covered in a dark black liquid, each one almost desiccated. And as you appear, you notice its head look up, and from its mouth, a strand of tentacle reaches forward and expands almost into another mouth. And I need you both to make wisdom saves.
Okay.
As a soul curdling sound is released.
Natural 20 or 28.
26 for Reagan.
You hurt my sister. Oh, you about to feel the pain. I mean,
You feel this soul corrupting darkness spread over you, but you are able to resist your own will dominant over your soul. Is there anything you wish to do?
where is I'm looking out for where Aelin is. Do I see her?
You do not see her.
Weird. Aspen will look down and well. Can I cast? Does message have a somatic component?
Yes. Yes,
You
it
got a
does, I
point.
believe.
Okay. So I was like, I don't think I can hold on to. I mean, I'm strong, but I'm not sure if I can hold on to Reagan with one hand and cast a spell. and cast a spell. My strength and scores, I think, is 17. So
You're welcome to try.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I guess Aspen will essentially try to fly around to see where Aelin is, because she is the person we try to get.
Alright, I am going to need another stealth check.
Okay.
Oh
You
boy.
are in the presence of the dragon, so you are now rolling against its passive perception.
Well, I mean, hey, I'm pretty good when it comes to stuff, so we shall see.
I'm not, so that's gonna. This is gonna be fun.
26.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a luck point. Okay. 19, much better.
As you fly around, you catch sight of what can only be described as a cage made of writhing tadpole-like creatures. Inside, you find Aelin almost posed like a trophy. Can I have... What is your passive perception?
Mine? 30.
Wow, alright,
Don't even ask me. Don't even ask me no more.
I am a dragon. I am a dragon, fam. Like they would not they will not hide from me.
Alright, well, because stealth does not exist anymore. I will say you will get a dexterity saving throw to see how effectively you can move. Because just as you make sight of your sister, and Axel, as you arrive in this section of the city, you see this abomination of a dragon open its mouth, and a black, brackish liquid fires out towards you and Reagan. Maybe a dexterity save, please.
So to clarify, is it both of us is making it? Because I'm holding him.
It's you, unless you're about to release
Okay,
Reagan and
yeah,
let him fall. It's
Oh no, I was just
and I will
making
say
sure. 'Cause
it'll be at disadvantage because you're carrying a whole person
Jesus
while
Christ.
trying
Alright,
to evasively fly. And that
Okay.
person is in full armor too, so it's not.
No,
not
I'm
a-
in
I don't
half
know.
armor. I'm in medium.
Oh, okay then. I don't know
Your
what
lower
Reagan-
half can
what
get
your
away.
actual strength score is. I'll say you can just make the roll straight. I will say
Okay.
you can make the roll straight. I'll be kind.
all right. Nice. 16 plus 10. Yep, 26.
+5.
31. Well, this is a in the words of video game, we are a wombo combo.
Hmm.
You spin through the air. Reagan, you find yourself being pulled almost like a rag doll as Aspen beats his wings and manages to narrowly avoid this 120-foot long line of corrupted water. As you pass Aspen, you notice that there is something inside this water, something small and moving.
Ugh. Oh, that's nasty.
Is there anything-
nasty.
What would you like to do?
Now that it's clearly obvious that our presence is known, if he's unleashing a torrent of blast at us, Aspen is flying straight towards the cage, looking at Reagan and says, "We need to get her out of here now." And is the cage like flying overhead? Like how is the cage handled again?
It is connected to the ground.
To the ground. Okay, yeah. So we would just pretty much, just fly towards the cage, fly down, and I'm going to try. The cage is made of what material exactly?
It looks to be made out of this kind of almost millions of these small tadpole-like creatures. And as you look at them, you realize that they are also undead, and they're almost biting into each other to form this cage. This, if you've seen a bird's cage before, it looks like that.
Oh, okay. So Aspen would get down to the ground. They will, of course, let go of Reagan and says, "Stand back," and he's going to unleash his breath weapon on the cage to essentially bust open the cage.
Okay, roll damage.
Okay.
I will say the cage doesn't get to roll the save because it doesn't move. It doesn't move. So unless you're breathing necrotic damage, I think you'll be okay.
Oh no. And actually, if this is undead, it would be considered radiant. Undead or fiendish.
And then it will be radiant damage.
Yes. 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 8. Moving on, power. 8d6. Let's go. Oh, 10, 21, 30, 36 points of radiant damage.
As a blinding light, almost like the birth of a sun, appears in the center of this city, light blasting into this cage. You watch as pieces of the cage begins to melt and small portions begin to fall apart. But just as it is being destroyed, parts of it are starting to heal. Axel, while this is happening, what are you doing?
Am I able to see this from where I'm at with the dragon?
You can see the gargantuan dragon that is now very slowly beginning to push itself off the ground and into the air.
Into the air? Like there's room enough for it to get up and fly around?
Yes, each of the levels of this city are the same size, so it's kind of like a as a parking garage or like a big tunnel. So you all have plenty of space to fly under here.
And it just and I just watched it like essentially try to vomit on the other two guys that are flying. Actually, can I even see them?
I would say you can
Just-
definitely see them now because Aspen has unleashed a blast of golden light. But before, you would not have been able to see them.
Okay, how far away would you say the gargantuan dragon is from me?
From you, I would say where you would have appeared, I would say 200-ish feet, give or take.
Well, that's not very far at all.
It's not.
Well, I guess it depends too on what my ride is doing, since I don't have control over my dragon friend here.
Oh, can you speak Draconic?
No.
Okay. Well, I was like, you can communicate with them. Oh, well, okay, maybe not. Because I know Rangers. What a beautiful thing is about Rangers is we get a lot of languages to learn. But
Right.
in that case, yeah, he would probably just be flying towards the same direction. But if you like point out to him, say go this way or go that way, he'll listen.
Okay, so you
You just have to use,
Wow.
you have to use physical gestures. You have to use physical gestures because he would understand you otherwise.
How far away are Aspen and Reagan from him?
probably closer to 250 away from you.
Oh,
The
not me,
cage
but
is
like
little
the dragon.
Oh, from the dragon, oof, they're within 60 feet of the dragon at this point.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
cage is pretty close.
That is pretty close. Well, shit. I'm just gonna look down at my dragon buddy, who probably looks back at me like, and just kind of go and just kind of point my crossbow forward toward his buddies, because I imagine he'd want to like help Aspen anyway.
Sure. I will say your attempt to communicate basic things will succeed in this situation. I don't think there's too much to disinterpret. So it will the Umbra will move
And then-
closer to Aspen and Reagan.
And while Umbra's doing that, it gives me I can fire my crossbow at the broad side of the barn that is this giant
You-
dragon.
Certainly can.
So let's give it a shot. Since I guess we would call this well, am I rolling with advantage or no?
Sure. We will consider this for you guys the first round of combat. So,
Okay.
yes, you will get your
Alright.
first round of combat abilities.
Okay. All right. So we'll do our first attack then, since this thing is at extremely long range right now. We're gonna have to stick to the bigger weapons. So we will use yeah. Wait, is this one actually shoot me? I don't think it actually adds in stuff I was supposed to. Or maybe I just forgot to add the. I think I forgot to add in the extra d6 cold damage it's supposed to do. Not the. Whether or not it matters, I'm not sure. No, never mind. I have it added in. Okay. It looked weird because the whole thing wasn't showing it. It's condensed. Anyway, let's give them a couple shots here and see what happens. Oh wait, you said with advantage, so yeah. Okay, first one was better. I don't think 14's gonna hit.
Nope. You attempt to fire at it, and you see the arrow just kind of hit the slick, briny parts of its skin, and just kind of swoosh down, just kind of slop off.
All right, let's see if we're lucky with number 2. Oh man, definitely not 16. Ew.
Both
Ew.
shots are a failure, my friends.
Just getting
Oh
stuck
no.
in all the goo. I need bigger arrows.
Oh no
Well,
bueno, no bueno.
We need a ballista.
Need a ballista.
so while our group is dealing with their current predicament, Layla and Dewdrop, what are you doing?
I've passed without a trace, and Dewdrop and Layla in the corner. I think we'd be just chilling
Oh,
and having
sorry,
conversation.
Ree. I believe. Oh, well, I believe I should get one more attack. Good Ambusher gives me an additional attack, but because I have extra attack, I have a third attack. So,
Okay, you
let's
just
see.
roll it.
Yeah. 21?
Okay, that one will hit, so just roll damage, and then Dewdrop, what were you saying?
Layla and I are hopefully just hanging out. Have passed without a trace on, and we're just hiding in the corner. I think. Layla, do you have a? Yeah,
No,
just
no,
chilling.
this is perfect. We're kind of just like keeping a lookout, just like if they come
When they come
flying this
back.
way, we know
39.
to prepare to run.
Okay. As you are sitting there, you begin to notice the undead all move towards the center platform, that center entrance, at a very fast run, or rather as fast as the undead can move. What do you want to do?
Nothing. I'm just gonna look at them and be like, huh? There's something that interests them over there.
You don't think those three have already gotten into a fight, do you?
I mean, they probably will. Regan is like all gung ho about it. See, we're smarter. We're chiller. It's fine. They'll be fine. They're strong. They have Axel with them.
Yeah, they definitely should be fine. I mean, if all they really got to do is like get his sister and like get out. Like if
What's
there's
the
a,
worst that could happen?
if the instant we see that big old dragon undead mind flayer thing pop up out of the ground, we know it's time to
Skedaddle.
yeah.
I think it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. They can't get into too much trouble.
So, how have you been? Anything new happen to you?
I mean, no, not really. I haven't heard from my mom, so that's good.
Great, as always.
We are still alive, so that's a bonus.
That's pretty good.
Um.
And I show you my tattoo.
Oh. Wait. Did she claim?
She asked me a bunch of stuff, and I said, sure. Honestly, I should have been paying attention, but her voice was so really nice to hear that I just want to say yes to whatever she wants, you know?
I mean, it should be good. It should be good. And like she
be
got
fine.
us here. We got away from the goo.
She didn't ask me for anything. She just said, honestly, I wasn't paying attention. She was just really hot.
In case she gives you a contract, you read it through. Sometimes.
Absolutely. She didn't make me sign anything.
Oh, good. Well, that's a bonus.
Whatever. I'd sign whatever she wants. It's probably deserve whatever I get. It's okay.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Did you besides going to get when you left? Did you go anywhere fun?
I went to get Regan's sword. Did some magic on it.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
It's actually kind of worrying because I think somebody was trying to get us with that divination magic.
I wonder if that's the reason all of those Autos people were there. Like, because there was a ton of them. And I'm really worried if that's where we're gonna have to pop back through, because like the commander that
Do you think he's looking for Regan?
it wouldn't or maybe Lady Vila.
Wow, it's a
Then
good thing
Kevin's
we didn't.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I feel like that would have got all their little heads puffed up.
getting her in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Well,
she'll be fine.
All right. So,
Hopefully.
while you all are having this pleasant conversation, Reagan, what are you doing?
What's the status of this cage? Like, how exactly
Um,
is it healing itself?
It is. You could see it is very the tadpole-like creatures that make it up are beginning to repair, but Aspen has dealt a sizable amount of damage to it. It will be. You think that within one, maybe two more hits, Aspen will have destroyed it.
So when you say they're healing, are they like regenerating, or are more
Yes, it's
appearing
like
and
the
scrambling to bite?
bones. It's the it's almost like the bones that make up each one up is just being repaired from the. I would say because you're a paladin, you can feel the kind of necrotic magic in the air. You think that is what is it is drawing ambient necrotic energy into itself. If that answers
Okay.
the question.
It does. Because if it was all about how the cage was repairing itself, where I would have tried something a little different.
It's up to you.
How far away is the cage from Reagan?
You less than 5 feet. Aspen
Okay.
landed you both right in front of it.
Because, okay, I'll tell you the idea. Because the theory is, because you said they interlock by biting.
Mm-hmm.
If I channel divinity, cause fear, I also have the aura of conquest, which reduces their movement speed to 0. And they run away and they retreat from Reagan.
I would say Reagan would be aware that the undead are generally immune to fear. Not all of them, not every single undead is unable to feel fear, but a lot of them are. I would say Reagan would be aware of that.
Well, cutting the hanging chain then.
All right. Are you swinging the new sword by chance?
Nope, old sword.
All right. Are you just making a base attack? You add any other powers to it?
We smiting.
All right. Roll to hit.
Level 1 smite.
All right. Roll to hit.
Alrighty.
It is a stationary object.
I mean, I can still get a natural 1. You know how it is in these streets. And I
you-
crit.
That is
Oh, oh, at least, oh yeah.
I can't say nothing no more.
Paladin smites
So-
or crits are beautiful.
So there's no card for this. So roll the damage, and I will tell you what happens.
Okay. Good grief. Alright. So, here's the thing, though. I'm just checking my die on this. I'm re-rolling one of those 2s on the second damage. Because great weapon.
Okay. All right, so it'll be
Okay.
2 plus 4.
Yeah.
So
Plus proficiency. So that makes it another 10, I think.
Okay. All right. Is that included with your smite damage?
I did not roll the smite yet.
All right.
So
roll
since
it.
they're undead, that's gonna boost it up to an additional D4. Do you want me to double smite die or?
No, just roll it straight.
All right. So yes, it would be 3. Let me see.
Okay.
I think it's D8s.
All right. Roll it.
All right. Yay.
All right.
and radiant
So,
damage on top of that.
as you pull your sword back and you almost mostly unconsciously tap in to the power from your oath, it is the same way you've done many times before. You feel there's more power there than normal. And as you reach for it, it almost feels like you're tapping into a font of power. And as you begin pulling on it just a little bit, you and Aspen feel two powers that are normally in opposition to one another. One radiant, the other fiendish. And as they flow into your sword, the two opposites merge together. And for a brief moment, Reagan, you tap in to what Lady Pila could be. And as you swing your sword, the cage shatters, and both radiant and infernal magic explodes.
Jeez.
Axel, from where you are flying, you witness what can only be described as a fireball of both evil and good. And as this explosion passes, the undead that had begun pouring into this area don't so much as die as they fade into nothingness. You watch as they rush forward, and as this soundless wave passes over them, their bodies just fall apart. And as this wave of energy passes over you, you find your will bolstered, and you gain a point of inspiration. The same thing for you, Aspen, and you, Reagan. And as the battle seems to begin in earnest, I think that is where we will end our adventure for the evening. So, to those of you who are still watching, thank you. We appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're having fun. We're going to go ahead and let these wonderful people tell you where you can find them all over the interwebs. Then hopefully you join us next week as we continue the story to see just what happens next. But we will start this time. Prices. We'll start with Ursa.
You gonna start with me after giving me something dope like that? How you gonna do me like that?
You are the person of the moment.
Hello, y'all. I am Ursa Ringer. Y'all know where I stay at. Once again, I'm on the YouTube and on the Twitches. Thank you for having me, Ree. I was Reagan Perro, who apparently can just went the equivalent of Super Saiyan for no reason. But projects to come, who knows when? That's me. Next caller.
Small Shadow Snack, you're up.
Hi, I am Ari. I have been Layla, who is absolutely not wanting to fight the undead, but that's okay, because that's her usual thing. You can find me mostly here. I hang out here. I am on Twitter, but I don't check it too much. Got Blue Sky too. I don't check that either. So yeah, I will be here next Sunday.
Okay. Next up, Kira.
Hi, I'm Kira858, play Aspen. This has been an absolute blast. Coming in, kind of come around. I'll be honest, I'm waiting for Dewdrop to be subscribed to the Blood War and fight against Layla's mom. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. In terms of content that you're going to see in the near future, you can definitely check out most of our stuff on the Cookout TTRPGs, where we have a wide variety of TTRPG goodness. Loth is on the abyss side of the spectrum. It's going to happen. It's going to be delicious. The drama, the juiciness. Like I said, it's like Popeyes. It's going to be great. In terms of other stuff, you can of course be able to follow us on Snowstorm Comics, which is our own comic book company that we released. Our first comic book, Ride to the Nephilim, has been released. The second comic will be coming out by this October, where we will be releasing it in New York Comic Con. Oh yeah, yeah, I was eating fried chicken all day today. It's probably why I told him. In any case, that is me, and I cannot wait for next week as the siblings unite together to unleash ham on this Draco Lich. But that's me.
Next up, Sir Monolith.
Yeah, I'm Sir Monolith or at Sir Monolith on whatever relevant socials. Yeah, you mostly just find me here though, since I don't currently have a lot of reason to be wandering them. We'll see what happens next week. Is Ree finally going to kill the party? I guess he'll have to tune in.
Next up, Classical Glyza.
Hey, I am Glyza, they, he, she, yes, in that order. I do a lot of things on the internet, but you can find me everywhere, but just looking for at Classical Glyza. If you found an at Classical Glyza, hey, you found me. Today I played Dewdrop, who is very gay, and therefore anything that is scary is actually very attractive to Dewdrop, and will gladly, like, Lol can ask me to do anything and will gladly say yes. It's fine. Have you seen Spider Mommy? She's gorgeous. Anyway, back to the Dew.
Okay. All right. Well, that has been our game. If you're looking for other games to watch, I recommend you go over to McStabber Studios. Season 3 of our Kansas City: A Domain Divided Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle has finished, so that'll be a great time to go back and rewatch all those episodes. You can also watch me play Call of Cthulhu with him on Saturdays. And speaking of Call of Cthulhu, keep your eyes on our socials as we prepare for an upcoming adventure where a group of investigators will get to explore the 1920s and see if they can stop evil from being brought back to the world. If you are looking for something new to read, you could go and check out ReeRoles.com/ oh boy, Amari's Ascension to watch a fresh new cultivation novel written by yours truly. But with that being said, I thank you for being here. I thank my players for being here. And I do hope you'll join us again next week as we continue this wonderful story.